right, moment of truth, Matt. Let's see what it looks like. I'm excited. Things are about to get scary.
Here we go, pouring time.
Why don't you tell them our biggest frustrating setback that happened?
I haven't had like a psychopathic episode in a while, but I did on that one.
I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We've spent the last 4 years sailing our $5,000 Craigslist boat to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. From spearfishing in South Andros, Bahamas, staying in a treehouse and riding horses through the rainforest of the Dominican Republic, to even dodging hurricanes in Puerto Rico. We could have never imagined what this adventure would become. After gaining more sailing experience, we knew we had to make some serious upgrades to our boat if we wanted to keep this journey going. So we decided to go all in with our 40-year-old boat and get a new engine. We soon realized that we were in for more projects than we originally planned on. There's going to be some major changes coming up, so hit subscribe and join us for the journey.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU.
Welcome back, welcome back. Sorry guys, we left you off last week with a bit of a cliffhanger. We got overwhelmed with this project. It was one that's been looming over us since the start of this, but now that we're moving toward the end, or closer to the end of our refit here, we're having to take it on. And it was not easy. I built this thing and I had a lot of oversights when I was engineering and carpentering out our V-berth cabinet, and then when it came to veneering, it was a nightmare. She almost killed me. I had to learn how to route.
We didn't almost kill each other. We had a lot of setbacks.
A lot of things we thought were boring, and we were like, we can't take anyone along for this ride. We're barely hanging on. I don't want to put my anxiety on them. But off camera, we got busy. We got it done. So we'll show you that today. And now that we built our skills up, you know, we're ready to ride and beautify our half bath. We're going to get a lot done today, I think. Alright guys, so this was the beast. This one was kicking our butt last time, and we didn't get to finish on film. And I know right now you're looking at it and you're saying, my oh my, boy, Matty boy did it again. That looks really beautiful. And it looks Gucci, Guala, Versace. And
it looks professional.
It looks professional.
For people that don't understand.
For my Puerto Ricans out there, I pinch my cheek and I give a little wipe up for myself, you know, whip up. But anyway, I can't be one of them dudes and says, look at me. I went to college to be an engineer. I did so good. And Uncle Matty GBU style, I got to show you where I messed up. We got all the way through this project, all these corner cuts, all these trims, all these slams, this big archangel at the top. Not archangel, arch, angle of an arch, whatever. We got all done. 3 days worth of work, and then at the very last minute, I'll show you what happened. Don't mind these tabs. This is just so that we can get the doors in and out because we don't have our handles in yet. Alright guys, so as you can see, I went really tight with my seams here. I wanted it to look really beautiful. I wanted to go for that professional IKEA look. So I went very tight with my doors. And when I went to put this one in completely finished, we were so happy. To line up those grains was a nightmare. And I went to close my door and it opened and closed a few times. We're like, oh, okay, cool. And then one time I was a little too fast to close it, and this corner right here just went, popped right off. And I'm telling you, I haven't had like a psychopathic episode in a while, but I did on that one. Also too, when it comes to opening and closing doors, we were originally going to do a push button magnet system, but the boat moves too much, the magnets just weren't really strong enough, and also in the back of my mind I thought that it might cause complications with the compass. So we found these mechanical latches that this screws to the door, this screws to the, you know, the cabinet, and then it latches onto here. And it's the same thing. It's a push button and it pushes it out just enough to where you can get a grip and go out. So no more magnets. We got these bad boys. Alright guys, so Uncle Matty got to sit down with you for a minute and give you the breakdown on something super important. I want to tell a little bit of a story with you, share an experience from my life that I think is not only interesting but could help a lot of you guys out. So in my life, as we all know, I was a professional fighter for over 10 years. It was my passion. It's what led me to everything great in my life. And over that 10 years, I learned a lot of very important lessons. One of those lessons being that Father Time always has been and always will remain undefeated. Seeing the changes that not only I went through as I was getting older, but seeing the changes that my training partners and all of my teammates went through as we got older really put into perspective for me how important it is to know as much as you can about your hormone levels and your testosterone levels. Those two things are extremely important as a man when you're trying to be your very best and live your best life. Back in my day, it was really complicated and expensive to monitor those things, but luckily now, Hone Health has taken care of that for you and they make it much easier. I just did their at-home testing and I cannot wait to get my results back. And just for the record, I am not a medical expert, but luckily for you, Hone is. Hone offers everything you need with their at-home test. So they're going to be able to give you detailed biomarker testing and also hook you up with a doctor who's going to personally look over your results and come up with the very best plan for you. Not only will the doctor go over your results with you, but they will prescribe a personal treatment plan that includes FDA-approved medications which will be delivered directly to your door at home. As I was getting older and pushing later and later into my career, it would have been really great for me to have the opportunity to work with Hone for a few different reasons. One, for the time. They help you out at home. I didn't have much time away from the gym. I was going hard. I was going full time. I didn't have time to take off to run around to all these different doctor's appointments and miss time training. Also, it's the affordability. When I was in my 20s, I didn't make $1 million fighting. You didn't see me all over TV. I didn't have a ton of extra cash lying around, so be able to get this testing done for only $45 would have been really awesome. So order Hone's at-home, easy-to-use assessment test today to learn all about your hormone and testosterone levels. For a limited time, viewers can get at-home testing for only $45. Click the link in the description below or go to honehealth.com/SailingGBU to get all the information today and take advantage of this great offer. I'm serious, guys. For only $45, this is an amazing opportunity to get this sort of information that's going to really help you in your day-to-day life. Go check them out, click the link, and we're going to get back to the video now.
Alright guys, so we're jumping right into the half bath. As you've seen in a previous video, we created this really cool cabinet that goes above the sink that has like a little bit of a void. So we're going to veneer the front of that. We paint the inside of the cabinet already. You might need another layer, but let's jump right into that and see how this whole laminate veneering thing goes. We have the bits, we got the glue. Let's jump right into it. Oh, and I got the mirrors and the faucet, and we might do the countertop in this video.
Goodness.
Stay tuned.
This sounds like a lot. Mirrors, faucets, epoxies,
It might all happen in this video, but no promises.
Alright, so we got our bands cut out, our strips, and the next step is going to be to glue them on so we can route them. See me cut that with a razor? They don't call me Laminating Larry for nothing.
They definitely don't call you
Kristen
that.
used to tell me that I couldn't cut this with a razor blade, and I said, I don't know, but I think I can cut it with a razor blade. She said, no, you're cracking, little boy.
Yeah, luckily you haven't cracked it.
Yet. But I will, I'm sure of that.
Why don't you tell them our biggest frustrating setback that happened that we realized with our veneers?
Oh, yeah. These veneers are the same, like, item number, but there's one number that's different in the whole thing. So they're actually two different shades. I'm sure they're set up that way for if you do a bunch of this, you get some different textures and it gives a little bit of a different color. But they're just, yeah, one's a little bit darker and one's a little bit lighter. We really like the lighter one, but we got a couple sheets of the peachier one.
If you didn't look at it too much, you would never notice, but...
You can't tell when they're far apart, but if you put, like, a door onto the trim of one, you can tell very clearly. In the V-berth
Yeah, but
cabinet,
we're still mixing it up on this cabinet.
yeah, well, this one's got a bunch of deep, dark holes, so it's going to have a different texture anyway, a different brightness. But, like, when we did the V-berth cabinet, we had a dark faceplate ring, and then we had lighter doors that went in, and we were just like, oh, we can't do it. We can't do it, so we had to go back to the drawing board on that one.
So now it's time for the fun part, and this is to glue it on. Originally in the last episode, we were using this contact cement and rolling it on or brushing it on, and the fumes on this are highly dangerous. There's a lot of fumes. It took a while to dry, and then when we put it on, it works, but we felt like there could be better. Then we saw on YouTube, you know, YouTube where you find out to do everything. There's spray adhesive, and so we found some of this at our store, and it is expensive. That's one thing, so we got a couple bottles just to try it out, and boy does this stuff work. It doesn't smell like anything. You don't have to use a brush or anything, so it's easy just to apply, and it glues, like, it bonds instantly, and it's like way better. So yeah, it's more money, but if you guys are doing a project, I say get this.
And also it says that it can cause, it's suspected to cause infertility. So it's like a...
What? This is or the other one?
It's like a birth control also, you know, so there's that extra handy dandy.
Both are, but whatever. That's really aggressive, Matt.
It did say it. I'll show it on there.
Oh shoot, Matt, did you glue it onto the wall? How do you know which way's up and down? Time's up! Time to glue it on!
Two arrows. I put 2 arrows. Alright guys, so everyone knows I'm Laminate Larry and I'm getting great at this sort of thing, but I just made a beginner mistake. In my haste, I thought I could glue a bunch of pieces at once, and basically what happened is I glued my bands, and as much as I would love to be able to go ahead and let that rip and put that on there, I have to router this edge on first to make sure that it fits flush, otherwise it's going to show my seam on the inside. I want my seam to be not shown right in your face, so... Big mistake.
But it's not that big of a mistake because you can re-glue on dry glue. You can just re-glue
over the old glue. Yes, you can do that. That can be done. Another quick tip, guys, I know I'm pushing patience a lot with this stuff. Treat this stuff like tissue paper. A lot of times when you're pushing on like with your finger, it's all good, but you'll go to a part where you overshot it, and what will happen is you'll be pushing hard, and you'll hit that, and you'll crack the whole thing off, and it'll break like a 1/4 inch below where you wanted it to, and it'll be terrible. I did that yesterday with a corner, and you know, I was not feeling too happy there for a while.
Forgot to tell you guys, the reason why there's a giant hole in the back of the cabinet, that's our access path, right, Matt? There's a cover that goes over that.
Yeah, I have a little panel so that I can get to my chain plate and any electricals that I have to pass across the back. So yeah, that's
gonna be covered up.
Yeah, that's not the end of it all. I certainly wouldn't take this much time doing this if that was going to be an end product.
So now, if we need to, we can get into there.
And then I have a back panel that's going to go into there. I have a piece of trim, just going to screw into each corner so I can screw it in.
Alright guys, so we're super excited. It's the next day. The cabinet is coming out splendidly, I think.
Splendidly.
Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But now it's time for the doors. We did the inside part of the doors and we routed out the holes for the hinges. And this is what the front of the door looks like. And you might be wondering, why did you only veneer this part? Well, we are going to be putting mirrors on and it's going to be excellent.
Excelente. And speaking of the doors, let me know your favorite comment below of the doors. You know, I heard that they're pretty cool. What's your favorite Doors song?
I don't listen to the Doors.
I don't either, so let me know below. And another thing too, a lot of people think that me and Kristen are the same size. Put that down real quick. It's always because I stand a little bit behind her to make us look the same size on camera. But if I stand up, I'm really this much taller than Kristen. I'm a giant man.
No, he's not.
No, she's a giant woman though. But yeah, we're super excited.
Giant.
You're a giant woman. But yeah, super hyped. Half bath came out great. Let's get to these mirrors.
All right, let's put these mirrors on. It's going to be awesome. So with the original cabinet, there was one mirror on the back and it was one swinging door. And it's nice to have a mirror here because when you wash your face, you want to see what's going on, you know, brush your teeth. You look in the mirror. It's like a normal bathroom. Well, we put two doors on our cabinet and then I was like, well, how are we going to put a mirror? We need to keep the mirror in there. So we decided, let's see if we can butt two mirrors together and both doors are actually mirrors. The hard part about that is finding a mirror to fit. I know you can cut mirrors, but we were, you know, not feeling very confident about that. Luckily, I found mirrors. I'll leave a link down below from Amazon. Basically, I got the exact size mirrors of the doors. I got lucky, and you put you put 4 of them together. They're sold as a one long mirror. So I actually have 4 of these, so if we screw up 2 of them, we still have them. The great thing about these are they're super light and super thin, and the edge is just lightly frosted. So when they butt together, it's not like a beveled edge where it's going to be messed up in the middle, and that's what I really was looking for. So
point it toward me so that everybody can see me.
It's dirty
hey
mirror,
guys,
don't mind that.
how y'all doing?
So let's glue these on and see what it's gonna look like. How humid it is out here in Puerto Rico, guys. Our mirror's condensating up. It's a rainy, humid day.
It is. A fellow YouTuber said once that it was going to get so hot in Puerto Rico that we wouldn't be able to work on our boat anymore.
Alright, moment of truth, Matt. Let's see what it looks like. I'm excited. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, Oh boy.
Looks perfect.
Son.
I feel good about it. I feel like it looks like a bougie spa.
Bro, once I get the walls done and like a nice little succulent in
And
here,
the countertop.
you know what? I'm hyped. Everyone that made fun of me and said, you think you just gonna laminate your whole boat, do all this crazy stuff, bro, that's gonna be so cool. And even when the boat sails, it ain't gonna twist because this thing's a beast. This thing's a beast. I got to fix my bulkheads, you know. I think it's all coming together, honey. I think our dreams just might come true.
It looks good. It's big, way bigger mirror, so that's an upgrade. And it looks way more modern. I'm feeling it.
More storage space. I can still access my chain plate through my panels. We're getting this area.
And if we put a cool light down in that void, I'm stuck behind the mast, guys. Don't mind me.
Could it be more perfect? Absolutely. Would I, if I was...
But hand tools.
Yeah, for hand tools...
I feel like we're killing it.
I'm pretty proud of myself, but, you know, if a kid was working for me and he showed me this, I'd say, yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good, but, you know, there's a little warble there. We lost this 1/8 of an inch there. But all in all, I'm pretty hyped about it. All right, guys. So me and Kristen were taking some pictures, and we were actually having like funny jokes because, you know, when you're trying to buy a boat, I know most of us here have probably looked at least at used boats online. There's always one random picture of the owner like trying to take a picture of the bathroom, like hiding away with the mirrors.
And you can always see them.
And now that we have so much mirrors, we were taking pictures for our Patreon only posts where we update everyone and they kind of find out in real time what we're doing. So we were taking those pictures, and I said, oh man, I keep getting stuck. I keep getting trapped, and I kept having to hide away from it. So, you know, tell me in the comments below. Do you guys see those weird pictures where it's like the dude trying to hide and like go like this? You can see his arm, and it's always weird, that picture. On Craigslist, I know Craigslist ads always have them.
Alright guys, so we made it upstairs, and I hope you guys made it this far into the video because things are about to get scary. We are doing some nerve-wracking things. We came upstairs and we are going to try to attempt to pour our epoxy.
Yep.
We're not doing it on the countertop that goes under the cabinet we just made. We're gonna do a smaller part that goes in the bathroom, so if it doesn't come out good and somehow we have to scrap the whole thing, that's fine.
Yeah, we haven't worked with the epoxy yet, and we watched all the goofy goobers online that act like you can turn an old piece of Formica into marble, and they work you up for 3 hours showing you this stuff, and then they all show the exact same thing. It can be Ligari, it can be Stone Coat, it can be Total Boat. They all show the same thing. They show it all, and they show one glassy thing and one glassy thing. They don't show the edges. They don't show the imperfections. It's boo-boo. For me, I don't think it's going to work out that smooth, so I'm very nervous because we're riding that perfection train now. Y'all gave me a complex about how I'm a dum-dum.
Things have already not been going well for the prep anyways, but what we do have is it's perfectly level, so let's get into
mixing
it up. It's a one-on-one. Let's get right into that.
Let's do it. So we got this 2-part epoxy at the hardware store because it was really difficult to try to get a kit shipped out here, and realistically we changed our mind at the end because if you got a kit, if a company sends you all the parts, you're not really a DIYer. You're just assembling it. You're assembling.
Should fit later. Anyways, it's still countertop pour on epoxy. It's not regular epoxy, so.
Do you think these are nice jugs?
Hey. There's Matt's big boy measuring cups. This is gonna come out awesome.
Listen, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I know it's two.
Ew! Don't ever say that again.
Listen, it's 2-part. It's 1 and 1. So if I have this cup and this cup, these are the same cup.
They don't. Oh, because it goes above it.
In there. So
okay.
I counted down the lines, and it's gonna be the same size. It's gonna be perfecto.
Let's go.
Here we go, pour in time. Okay.
Few little hairs got in there, and now Matt's wiping them on his pants. I don't think they taught you this trick. This is why you can't have nice things, Matt.
I give a shit about these pants. I care a great deal about this countertop.
Alright guys, so we're letting that dry over there. I think we have to do a second coat, right? We'll have to at least do a second coat.
Oh hell yeah, we're doing a second coat for sure.
The top looks, uh-oh, I thought I saw like a fluff bog over there. Any cat hairs flying in there, so we're really having to be very careful here. But the top looks phenomenal.
I mean, that stuff does lay out quite beautifully. It lays out pretty flat, and I'm pretty hyped about it. We tried to look up on YouTube University about how to make just a white epoxy countertop, and they don't make them. They put all the splashes in there.
They do
and
all
make
the
them
fake marble,
crazy marble stuff.
and
so
we don't want that.
We want a simplistic approach. You know how we do it here. No thrills, no frills. Just gangster ghetto engineering. But it's pretty crazy. I wish we could have shared with you on this episode. I wish we would have made it and been able to show you the finished product.
Our edges aren't coming out as we'd want right now, and we're hoping a second layer.
Yeah, and it's taking time to dry, so we're going to leave. I have to just walk away from it. We're going to go to the bar, and we're going to get turned. But if you're interested and you want to find out beforehand if this is just, if leaving you wanting to know more is driving you crazy, you can go check us out on Patreon. Our Patreon pals will know before anyone else, and they'll say, wow, Matt, beautiful job.
Yeah, you'll get more of the details, exactly what happened. But basically right now, the top's looking smooth. The edges are looking a little questionable. Not horrible, but they could use some work. So we're going to have to try different things out. But I'm pretty excited for our first time that we're seeing where it's going. And I see that this boat, between the veneering, laminate, whatever you call it, that mirrors, we got those mirrors set up, and the countertop with the new sinks.
And the new stove.
I don't know what this move is, but it feels right.
It's going to be going, you know, and that's you know what they call me here in Puerto Rico? They call me Larry Laminado.
They don't.
Because I do the laminating perfectly. No. I can do it.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Share this with your friends, like, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you guys next week for more fun.